G'day everyone, welcome back to another Western Angler Magazine product review. My name's Curtis Waterman and I'm really excited today because we're talking about a brand new Aussie designed, Aussie manufactured product that is revolutionising the idea of a rod tube, and that is the SCUTE rod tube. It's an awesome idea. The guys have taken an old idea that was pretty standard and come up with a better way to do it, which I always love seeing that. So today we're going to put one together. I've got one here. We're going to put one together, have a look at it, talk about the advantages and disadvantages of this design against the traditional style of a rod tube, and then hopefully we'll work out whether that's worth your hard-earned dollars or not. So let's take a look at the SCUTE rod tube. First thing I notice is that it's flat packed. We're gonna have to put it together. I've been told that it's not too hard to put it together. These are the things that click in that hold your rods in there. And there's 3 separate panels that click together. Then we got the end pieces. These rubber end pieces. The foam inserts in the middle. We've got a strap. Bag of press studs. Bag of those. And the handle as well. So that's everything that's come in the box. And now I'll have to read the instructions and put it together. I don't reckon it's going to be that hard, but I'm also not that good at putting things together, so we'll see how long this takes. There we go. So I've just got these 2 bits together. See, that's nearly making a tube shape now. That was really easy. I just had to line the little hinge up. You'll see what I mean when you're looking at it. Line the little hinge up and just slide them in. I'm guessing we do the same with this 3rd piece. Now it's time to put the handle on. And there's grooves at the end here. They call them tracks. And all these accessories all slide into these tracks. So those shapes there just slide straight in. It's like that. Now these are the latches that hold it shut. And same thing, they just have this track and you just slide them in. Now I'm going to put these end caps on. So at this point it just says to check, make sure that it's all gone together correctly and that it all closes up nice and tight before you start actually solidifying it with these little pop rivet things. So I've just closed it up. And it looks pretty cool. Starting to look like a rod tube now. Alright, so I got these little pop rivets. Now I'm just going to put them into their place. So just undo these. So that is pretty much the gist of it. There are still to go in what the guys call exos, and they're like little foam inserts that go inside the rod tube to actually hold your rods in. But because I don't have any rods to put in this today, I'm not going to whack those in yet. because you want to move those around depending on what rods are going to go in there. But anyway, let's get to the review. We're going to talk a couple of bits about why you would buy these instead of a traditional rod tube or a cheaper rod tube. But yeah, too easy to put together really. I'm no good at this sort of stuff, and that just took me 6 or 7 minutes reading the instructions. The instructions are super clear, so yeah, that was dead easy. But yeah, let's talk about why you might buy one of these instead of a cheaper option. So your traditional rod tube would be like a bit of PVC or something from Bunnings. Jarvis Walker make a cheap one. I think it's about $40. Shimano makes some slightly more expensive ones, but they're all on the same premise, and that's a long tube, same shape as this, and they'll have a screw cap at one end, and you feed all your rods down into it, screw the cap back on. There are a couple of issues with those, and if you've used one of those before, I'm sure you would have had a couple of dramas with them. One is trying to get all the rods to fit in a way with different guides sticking out that they're all going to slide in nice and easy and out. The other issue with them is you can't really access one rod at a time. If you've got 6 rods slid in and you have to, screw the end off, all you can see is tips looking at you like this. Not only is it sort of hard to pick which one you want, if you pull that out, it's likely that all other 5 are going to come out with it. You do not have that problem with the Scoot because, like you saw, it opens out from the side like a case. You can see all your rods there. You can pick which one you like. You can pull one out, you can pull 2 out, you can put one back in. You don't have that same issue as you would with your traditional style. So that's one advantage, which I think is a really, really good one, because it means while you're fishing, you can have your rods protected in here. You don't have to pull them all out. You can be fishing, want to change, pull this one out, put that one back, whatever you like. So that's a really big advantage for the Scoot. Obviously, probably the most obvious advantage is the material it's made out of. Now this is aluminium. It's not too heavy at all. I mean, it's obviously heavier than PVC, but for a long rod tube, I can handle that with ease, and that is a really big advantage. So it's super tough. If you're going on flights, those baggage people at airlines, they're going to be throwing your stuff around, or even just in cargo or whatever. Your stuff gets banged around. It's just the nature of it. Aluminium's going to be a lot tougher than your traditional PVC. And it's the lightest as well, so it doesn't weigh too much, and it's obviously going to be a lot stronger. The other great option about Scoot is how customizable they are. Now they come in a couple of different sizes. I'll put them up on the screen, but you can also get a customizable length if you get in contact with the guys as well. I think up to like 4 meters or something about that. I'll double check and put that on the screen as well. So up to this number you can get a customizable rod tube, which is awesome. I guess you can do that with PVC as well, but the fact that you can do it in such a high quality product too is wicked. Now probably the biggest issue that people are going to have with the Scoot straight off the bat, which is completely understandable, is the price. Now they're not cheap. The prices are going to vary depending on your retailer. They are all around the $300-ish mark, which is obviously a lot more than your $40 Jarvis Walker or a bit of PVC from Bunnings. It's a lot more, but at the same time, you're getting a lot more product. It's got a lot more advantages than your traditional one. Really, you're paying for quality, you're paying for convenience. And the way I like to look at it is, if I were to load my best 6 rods in a rod tube, I'm probably talking about 3.5, 4 grand's worth of fishing rods. Now, not everyone has premium gear like that, but a lot of people do. And when you think about paying $250, $300, $350 to protect 3.5 grand's, 4 grand's worth of gear, then that starts to make a bit more sense. And if it means that I'm not going to get off my flight in some remote location and have broken gear because of PVC, or trying to shove rods in and broken guides and things like that does happen with those older traditional rod tubes. If that's not going to happen with this, then I don't reckon that price is too big to pay. So there we have it, guys. That is the rundown on the Scoot rod tube. Hopefully you've got a little bit of information out of this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe. We do product reviews and run-throughs like this every issue. The new issue of Western Angler is out, our big summer issue, and it's an absolute cracker. So get your hands on that. It's available now, all good retailers and news agents, things like that. I've also got a write-up on this in there too, so you can read a little bit more of the technical information about it. Look out for that one. There's some other great articles, and Gideon met him with an awesome jewfish off the rocks on the cover, so keep an eye out for the latest issue of Western Angler. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Come autumn, we'll have another product review for you guys, and in the meantime, I'm sure there'll be plenty more content coming onto the Western Angler YouTube channel. I've been Curtis Waterman. Thank you for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.